Hi, and welcome to another video lecture for Mr. Mosier's 8th grade U.S. History class. Today's topic is looking at the end of World War II, kind of the adjusting to peace piece of World War II. The textbook reading comes to us from pages 844 to 846 on the adjusting peace section. Guiding question, which countries suffered the highest numbers of casualties in World War II? What were the American casualties during World War II? What lessons were learned at the Nuremberg Trials? And what is the United Nations? What is its primary goal? World War II was a truly global conflict, which means that countries suffered tremendous amounts of casualties. If we look at the top 3 countries that suffered probably the largest number of casualties, you would have the Soviet Union, Germany, and China. The United States suffered as well tremendous amounts of casualties. 405,399 are ones that were killed in combat during World War II. About 60 million military and civilians will be killed in total during World War II. So this is a huge loss of life in World War II. So massive casualties and massive loss of life really all the way around. The Nuremberg Trials were a series of trials held in November of 1945 to hold Nazi leaders on trial for crimes against humanity, for the mass murder and other crimes committed in the Holocaust and other aspects of World War II. The result is that 19 of these Nazi leaders were found guilty. 12 of them, of the 19, were sentenced to death. 185 other Nazi leaders would be found guilty in later trials that will take place kind of after the Nuremberg trials. The importance of these trials was to kind of lay to the world a very clear, strong message that you are responsible for your actions even in wartime. If you commit gross, cruel actions against people, against civilians, that go beyond the scale of war, you will be held responsible for your actions. That you can't just say, I was following orders, which is what the defense of many of these Nazi leaders were, since Hitler was dead, saying, well, Hitler told us to do this. And the Nuremberg trials, the Allies who held these trials basically said was, no, you can't say I was just following orders. If you commit crimes against humanity, you are guilty. So whether it's a colonel, a general, or even a guard at a camp, many of these people were found guilty of these crimes. The United Nations will also be founded at the end of World War II, June 1945. And the United States, along with 49 other chartered nations, will help form this new organization, which still is around today. This was to sort of replace the failed League of Nations that was created at the end of World War I. But the intent of it is the same, the idea to promote peace and dialogue and prevent another world conflict. So this time, though, the United States does join the United Nations, and the United Nations headquarters are actually located in New York City here in the United States. So because of the 60 million loss of life, the crimes against humanity, the goals, at least, of the United Nations was founded so the victors of World War II, these allied nations, can kind of help set up and create, hopefully, a peaceful world. As we'll find out in our next topic, though, this will bring us into the Cold War, where once former allies become very bitter adversaries and enemies. So thank you for listening. As always, if you have questions, please make sure you come talk to your teacher. And this will end our section on World War II. Thank you for listening.